In 1978, I began working at Hollywood Magic. Situated on Hollywood Boulevard not far from the Magic Castle, it was the Mecca, and everyone who was anyone walked through those doors. One of the regulars was Dill, at the time a relatively unknown magician who ran a barbershop out in the San Fernando Valley. He and I hit it off right away. Starting with ring and ribbon and coins and cards, we had a compatibility of creativity that was unmatched by anyone else who came through those doors. And so began a lifelong friendship with one of the most extraordinary men I've ever known. Before long, I was heading out on a regular basis to have my hair cut at his shop. And besides magic, Dean was an avid sportsman and talented musician, so I would often bring my guitar along and we would play together after the haircuts. Even as my career began to blossom in Europe throughout the 80s, I would always return to Los Angeles, and Dean and I would connect as if not a moment had passed, brainstorming on the latest effect. He delighted in showing me some of his latest creations, and I recall vividly when I first showed him and fooled him with the early version of the eclipse tip and the total eclipse effect. On many occasions, I tried to bring him on to some of the shows and festivals I was doing in Europe, but his business and family commitments kept him on the West Coast. But it seems his star was destined to shine. Virtually overnight, he exploded onto the magic scene, nationally and internationally, with a single performance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson that was an absolute impeccable display of sleight-of-hand artistry. That single performance ushered in all that was to come. Dean's box, the videos, the beads, all of the teaching things that we now know that are these indelible marks upon magic came out of his incredible performance on that one show. When we last met, it was, as always, sharing magic ideas, having my hair cut, and pulling out the guitars, where we sat and we played. What a wonderful world. Dean was one of the kindest and gentlest men I've ever met. Besides being an amazing musician, he was a truly great man. And if there is a magic castle in the sky, I can only hope that he's there waiting, joined by all the other Grand Masters, and that when I get there, we'll play some music, share some ideas, and hopefully he'll fool me again with one of his amazing illusions.